Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, do me a favor, take a moment out. If you like what we do, take a moment out, show a little bit of appreciation to the channel. Click a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, come aboard, and I will be continually trying to point you in the right direction. So, if you watched last night's video, market looked tired. Somebody forgot to tell the market. Market is just, listen, what can you say right now? At the end of the day, did it feel like the NASDAQ was up 300 points today? For certain stocks, right? We'll get to the pivots in a second. But, look, the scoreboard is the scoreboard. Dow up nearly 500 points. You have the NASDAQ up nearly 300 points. Yes, the market continues to be very strong. The most important takeaway when I saw today, a lot of names did rest today. Okay, Tesla, even though Tesla finished green on the day, you could see it took a little bit of breath, right? Took a little bit of breath today. You look in the video, for example, again, continues to kind of digest, even though it was up, obviously a 300-point move, but, you're considering the market, NASDAQ was up 300 points, you figured the video would be up a lot more, but, you did see the names that we've been talking about for the last several days finally do their thing. And that was the most important part. Google, right? Google, I've been long this thing for a couple of days. Had a big breakout on, was it on Thursday, right? On Thursday or Friday, whatever it was, off the 198 level, had a big move, rested yesterday, resumed today. I actually kicked out my last piece into that 204 push. Beautiful move. Listen, 6 points on Google. Again, if you trade Google, if you trade Google, you kind of know that's a pretty big move. There's still the big call buyers coming into the name, the 207.50s, the 210s, but I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Like I said, Tesla relaxed a little bit today. Microsoft, right? We started talking about Microsoft the last couple of days, kind of going sideways. Microsoft got above this channel today. Not the biggest move in the world, but again, 7 points on Microsoft is still 7 points. But we did see some pretty good 530, 535 calls starting to hit the tape. The big one today, and this was literally the only stock that confirmed today, right? Literally the only stock, Microsoft confirmed as well. But again, not up, only up like a dollar from the pivot. The one stock that confirmed today that really went wild, if you've been watching this broadcast for a while, last couple of weeks, was META, right? We talked about yesterday, we highlighted yesterday about the size buyers that came in for the 780, the 785 calls. META went absolutely bananas at the open. I mean, literally bananas at the open. Here was the move here literally at the open. This was the move at the open, put up a $20 bar at the open and basically just kind of relaxed for the rest of the day. Folks, any weakness tomorrow, keep an eye on this thing. Any weakness tomorrow, and META could have a day too. META, any weakness tomorrow is a really good buying opportunity because if it starts coming back into the rising 60-minute support, be a buyer. Don't be afraid. If there's a little bit of profit taking, that is the area to start buying some stock into rising support. Even if it has a rest day tomorrow, it's kind of the same thing as Google, guys, right? Google took out the earnings highs, had a big move. The next day rested. That's kind of was my video from the previous day. It rested, and today Google continued. Well, today META exploded through the earnings highs. Again, is there a chance it rests tomorrow an inside day? Yeah, but the whole point is if it does have an inside day, that is your, that's kind of your goal to get cheaper shares that it closed today. But folks, nonstop all day long, weekly 800 calls, nonstop, one after another, after another. I mean, literally 800 calls. So even if it has a rest day tomorrow, right? Even if it has a rest day tomorrow, it should start pushing in closer towards the end of the week. And this is literally the only pivot we had that went nuts. I mean, I scalped some Tesla, couple bounces and, one washout to the short side, but nothing crazy there. 775 and 785, the earnings highs. They need to confirm. This was yesterday. We talked about the 780, 785 size buyers, and they confirmed, and the stock went absolutely haywire. Matter of fact, if you look at all the pivots, literally nothing else confirmed. QBT didn't confirm. FOUR, I forgot what the news was. It actually gapped up like 5-6 points today. AEO didn't confirm. ATEC did confirm, only went up like 25 cents. At Tesla, again, some morning weakness, didn't obviously confirm that area. This was my short. I shorted off the 334 opening range lows. It only went down like $1, and then as you can see, it came back up. But again, I'm actually very happy. I'm actually very, very happy with Google. Closed out my, I guess, 3-day swing, 198. We got long, and here was the 204 push. So I was very, very happy with that. A little bit of a sloppy morning. Again, I felt like it was a lot of moves saved, like 50, 60, 70 cents. Not here nor there. But what it is setting it up for tomorrow. And let me give you guys some ideas for tomorrow. Okay. BMNR. Okay, BMNR had some really, really aggressive call buyers today. There were some size buyers who came in for the weekly 70 and the weekly 80 calls, right? I was watching how it trades today. It trades a little crazy, trades a little wild, but they were coming for the 70 and the 80 weeklies, considering tomorrow is already Wednesday, and this is only a $62 stock. Take it for what it's worth. So keep an eye on this thing above yesterday's range, because if they start pounding this thing, again, in case you haven't figured out the magic formula, it's daily chart plus deep out of the money call buyers with short-term expiration. Weeklies, obviously, they're preferable. The more times they pepper those stocks and pepper those calls, the higher probability, the chance of the stock actually gets there. That's exactly what happened yesterday with Meta. That's exactly what happened 3 days ago when I got long, 2 days ago when I got long Google. They were hammering the 200, the 202.50 calls. And weird buying came in for the weekly 70 and the weekly 80 calls. Amazon, right? Amazon is not there yet. Okay, it's not there yet, but it's not that far away. It's kind of building this bullish flag. It had a crappy, at least, reaction to earnings. It came back up. It defended the 50-day moving average today, bounced. I'd like to see this thing the next couple of days get back above last week's highs, because if it can, there were a lot of call buyers coming in for next week's 225 and next week's 230 calls. So it's something definitely keep an eye on. A name that looks pretty good is coming out of a channel. It is really not a name that I'm familiar with, but look at this ASPI. Big, relatively, maybe the stock probably still trades very small volume, only 6.5 million shares. But this thing broke out today. This is the highest close since the July channel. Keep an eye on this thing, right? Keep an eye on this thing in case it has a day two. Let me give you guys a little bit more. Let me give you guys a couple of more. Look at letter U, right? Letter U had a really, really big run from June, okay? Stopped today above the Bollinger Band, which is very, very important, because usually you need to confirm the Bollinger Band. Stopped right above it. They were coming with short-term 40 and I believe 42.5 calls. Keep an eye on this thing, because if this thing gets stronger, it could potentially start challenging the previous high. So something really, really to pay attention for tomorrow's session. After the close, you got Cava smoked. I think they're Mexican food, right? Absolutely smoked. That's obviously never good. It really represents more of retail spending or lack thereof. I understand a lot of retailers, off and on have been doing pretty well, especially, a name like Target over the last quarter has been actually kind of grinding higher. Costco's trying to get above and stay above the 50-day moving average. So it all depends what retail you're looking at. Walmart had a really continues to have on a pretty good run since the April lows. But again, it's one of those scenarios that every single time a retail name kind of disappoints, it's almost like, is Main Street, kind of going on a spending strike? We don't know yet, right? We don't know yet. Too early to tell. But if you look at Chipotle, and it's kind of, Cava Mexican, Chipotle Mexican, again, is it specifically, regulated to the Mexican fast food industry? Right? I don't know, right? I don't know. What's Yum doing, right? Because they own Taco Bell. I'm just curious. Yeah, Yum looks like crap as well. So maybe there is, right? Maybe there is a strike for a Mexican takeout. Who the hell knows? But the point is, market continues to act really, really well. Do not chase the high flyers. Wait for these things to kind of base out. What I'd like to see Tesla do for the next 2 days is kind of go sideways, because the longer Tesla goes sideways, the higher probability it will get the next leg up. And again, just think of a marathon runner, right? Tesla in the last 4 days has gone from 320 to 346. It's tired, right? It's like a marathon runner who just ran 26 miles. I don't care how good of a marathon runner you are. The point is you're going to be tired. So Tesla, think of Tesla just taking a little bit of a break, right? Taking a little bit of a break and catching its wind. They did come on weakness today for the 345, the 350, and the 355 weekly. So that's my point. If it can rest for the next 2 days and spark again on Friday, it will be an ideal way to end the week. Guys, have a great night, everybody. God bless everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. And with God's help, I will see you all